Hello everybody and welcome to another replay analysis. This time we're going to be going over a replay of a lane I don't think I've done, which is a solo off lane here. And this is going to be a solo off lane Earthshaker. So first thing I want to take a look at, he is a 3.8k player, or he says he's actually 3.2, but this game was around 3.8. So for whatever sakes, let's just say it's about 3.5k average in this game. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to break down this guy's laning. Honestly, I'm not 100% confident with the off lane. I am, but I think there's so much decision making that goes into the off lane that I don't play it all too often. I usually play support, carry, or mid. And I do play off lane, but I think I don't play it effectively whatsoever compared to like some really good off laners. So hopefully I'm going to try and break down the laning as much as possible. And hopefully I'll see some mistakes that I would make and that he makes as well that I can help him out with here. Looks like right now they're ready to contest the rune here. Wants to throw out the wall. I wouldn't even bother, honestly. I don't know if it's worth it. It looks like you guys are going to get it anyways. He's going to throw out the sun here. You could throw up the wall after to maybe kill this Slark here. As it looks like you should be able to for sure. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be worth it. But one thing I do see a lot of people do is they throw out the wall as somebody like an Earthshaker, or they throw out an ability that takes up a lot of their mana pool, and like sure you secure the rune maybe for somebody else, and like sometimes it's fairly good, but it means that you won't have that for yourself, right? So now he's only got essentially about 1-2 walls, 2 fissures for like securing CS and for keeping himself safe, and right there probably didn't have to use that one. Realistically, the first thing in the off lane is that you don't have to get CS. You honestly don't. As an Earthshaker, it is nice because you want to get your Blink Dagger, but as a hero like the Earthshaker, who doesn't have a very viable way to secure CS until he gets a Soul Ring, sometimes it's fine to just not get CS and then rotate to get a gank, and that's how you kind of make up for it, right? Your levels are still very much important. You still have the potential of an initiation from somebody like Yule's with the Leshrac, maybe a blink on the Wraith King, the Bloodseeker running in. So you don't need 100% of your initiation tools to be as effective, right? Like Rupture could start a fight, Wraith King, Yule's Scepter could start a fight. So you don't need to be, so gung-ho about trying to get that Blink Dagger, because sometimes it's more important to just ensure, like right now you're really far, you don't have to be that far whatsoever, as long as this Witch Doctor doesn't hit you. I'm fairly positive you could have been sitting somewhere around these trees, would have been quite alright. Now he's really zoning you out fairly hard, so you definitely want to be blocking up that creep wave, yeah, for sure. So you're going to be getting that block, nice. If you would have had that clarity and another fissure to throw away, you could actually use it to block the creep wave there, and then it's a little bit closer. So again, you're in a fairly safe position. The Slark has to be pretty aggressive. You do have boots, so if the Slark starts positioning up, you can be very aware of that, and when he's going to hit you, I probably would be a little bit aware about trading with a Witch Doctor, because he does have some pretty solid base damage, as well as if he's going to put that point of that Maledict. Now it's going to be pretty tough for you. You don't have a salve, so probably should have just ran away, taken the couple hits, and you would have had a little bit more HP than you've got now. They're not doing a good job of controlling the creep equilibrium whatsoever, and this is really good for you right now. This is where you want to try and at least secure some CS, or at least get some safe levels if you can't CS comfortably here. And it looks like you do only get 1. You probably could have spent the fissure to get about 3 CS there, maybe 4, in which case it's alright. There is a pull there, so you do recognize that, and you're just soaking up some of those levels. The range creep does proc on you. You're trying to get it off, but you can't. And it looks like if you stand about here, you'll get CS from both this lane, or you'll get EXP from here and here. So going to be nice there, getting some more CS. There's a range creep randomly, and that's nice. It's going to hold up your creep wave a little bit. That actually worked out for you, because your creep wave is stacking a little bit here. So going to be annoying. Witch Doctor going to be annoying, but this is really what this Witch Doctor should be doing, and he's playing it right. And if he does play it right, it's going to be difficult for you. So he's going to secure the rune. This gives you some time to get some EXP right now, and this is pretty solid. I wouldn't mind getting the Tranquil Boots here, just because Witch Doctor can harass you out so well. You're low on tangos. I think Soul Ring Tranquils is probably the first 2 items you're going to want to buy anyways. So if you could have those, then it might be a lot safer for you. Oh no, yes, alright, worth. For sure worth, like 200% worth. Because you just got how much gold there? Witch Doctor actually got all the gold. And, okay, wait, let me see if I can show this fight recap. Because a lot of people might see this as, like, not that great. Alright. Reborn, come on. Okay, here we go. No fight recap? Alright, didn't want one anyways, whatever. But he probably got somewhere around 180 gold or something like that. I guess we could just click on him and take a look here. So he's got, oh wait. He's got 700 right now. Kills you, he has 800, but he loses 200. So he loses 200 gold, you gain 159. So between the two of you, that's already about, what, a 400-ish gold gain for you. And he's also going to miss out on about a creep wave and a half of CS, which is pretty huge, right? Like, he already lost out on a couple hundred gold because he's not paying attention of his unreliable gold. And now he's not going to be able to CS about a lane or two, and he's going to miss out on this one a bit as well because it's under your tower. He's taking a lot of damage right now. Like, if you had Tranquil Boots instead of the Soul Ring, you'd be able to trade a lot more effectively because you can just back off here. You do have another fissure here. I'd totally spend it. Oh, he's so low. He's at 300. Alright. I'll for sure spend that one. Because he's not 6 yet. You want to try and take him down as much as you can before he hits 6. Before he can really start regenning up. If you can send him home one more time before he hits level 6, you've probably done like your job in this lane. Hands down. I mean, you've probably already done your job. Again, I would look for more fissure. Oh, that was not worth. That was super sketchy. Yeah. Not worth to grab that for sure, but I'm sure you recognize that yourself. Again, once Slark hits 6 now, he can reliably just stay in lane. He doesn't have to worry about all of that much here, and he's just going to be able to CS, has plenty of regen here, and it's going to be hard to really contest this lane now, so I would certainly probably leave this lane and like rotate mid against this guy. Just buy a smoke. You can easily get a kill here if you had a smoke. I mean, you don't have enough gold just yet. This guy's got ulti, but if you stun him properly, he'll probably die. No, unfortunately, not going to be able to get that. But, you know, you did at least force him out for a little bit. He's coming in for it again. You had Soul Ring Fissure there. I think you could have done it. I think you can still do it right now. But now you're a little bit too far out of position. You're going to go down there. So, yeah. See, you kind of got aggressive. You did it when you shouldn't have instead of, you know, down here when it was safer. You know, just whatever. I mean, so I'm sure you're aware of that. But yeah, you really should just be going for roaming kills now. It's so not worth it to keep returning to this lane. You've already fed him a couple kills now. And this is what I mean about the off lane. It is tough to kind of recognize, like, when you should leave, when you should stay. You don't have your level 6, so you might be... Okay, now you do. So you might be thinking, like, oh, I want my 6. That was actually super legit. That guy should have been aware of your level 6, but obviously was not. And now 100% I would leave the lane. Like, there's no reason you have to stay in this lane. You could easily be helping your team around the map, and it would be so important for you to do so. They're going to get a kill over there on the Bloodseeker, but Zeus is terrible at escaping ganks. You, alongside Electrak, should easily be able to gank this Zeus like at least 2 times before he starts playing really safe. And you've got about 700 gold, so I'd buy a wand and a smoke right now and be leaving, because you're not getting that much more done in this game. Unless you kill this guy again, which you can't do without your ult, which you won't have for another 80 seconds. You're not really doing all that much. You could have been there mid helping out that fight. If you had a TP reaction there as well, you could have helped that out. So, you know, just probably rotating around a little bit earlier on would have been really effective. So, just keep that in mind. Slark is, you know, you're not really denying that much CS from him. If we pull up the CS, he's got 48. So, he's, you know, fairly comfortable for around the 3.5k mark. Now there's a blink over here. They're coming to gank you. So, if you're roaming around as well, it also gives a less static target for them to gank, right? Because they don't really know where you are. They got to be a little bit careful with their map awareness. So they're like, you know, is he coming to gank me? Where is he right now? They can't gank you, but they also have to play a little bit safer. You know, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind as well when you're playing the offlaner. Looks like you're finally ready to roam here, as there's a Clinks with a haste rune. Probably not going to be easily killable here. There's a lot you can get done by just not showing on the map. Unfortunately, they do find you with the ward, and they are pinging you out. But just being off map is pretty effective so far. Slark is going to get a kill onto a Shadow Shaman, and it looks like Zeus is going to kill Leshrac. Alright, he's got a lot of damage, so again, you got to be careful. I'd be probably careful about contesting lanes. Like, you don't really need to do it. The Zeus is looking for the kill. It looks like you're pinging out this Slark. He's super low. The Bloodseeker's keeping him low. But you're not going to be able to kill him. And now there's like a Zeus here ready to kill you. You have Tranquils though, so he can't chase you down. Well, excuse me, there's fights going on. And everybody's going to get out. So you're running around doing a lot of nothing. Because they have wards, right? And I would always assume they have wards. And the only way you can really beat that is either by dewarding, which you can't really afford to do because you're looking for your Blink Dagger. The other way is to just smoke up. And a smoke would have been so effective in rotating bot, probably rotating mid. And it's really all you need to be an effective hero is a smoke. Because a fissure from smoke is like almost impossible to deal with. It looks like you're going to get this kill here, which is kind of nice. Did not need to spend the echo there. If you had the echo right now, you could probably turn another team fight. You can easily be turning around and echoing like 3 heroes there. And you easily win that, probably without dying. Probably without another 2 heroes on your team dying. Looks like Leshrac going in. Oh my god. That was super sketchy. But yeah, probably didn't need to spend the Echo Slam there. That was a little bit of a mistake. Maybe you wanted it for the extra stun, but he's already dusted up. And I don't think, like, he doesn't have a blink or anything, right? So he's not going to be able to run away from you that quickly. The Bloodseeker has the Thirst stacks as well. He was still ruptured, so he wasn't going to be able to run. And just a little odd, you know, just a little odd. I'd be very careful right now. Looks like they both know you're there. And you've got the stuns here. This is actually pretty legit. That guy blinked into your other stun. You are going to go down, but he's going to die. Witchshark channeling his ultimate here. Leshrac's still alive. And it looks like maybe he's going to go down. No, not yet. So this is just like an easy fight. And you ended up trading for 3. Not really much you could have done there. That guy just went ham on you, and it seemed like they just wanted you. The Zeus ulted. It's not like you could have positioned better for that. So was a little bit unfortunate that you do go down there, but your team gets a lot from it. They get about 3 kills and a tower, maybe? My god, Leshrac is a disgusting hero. It looks like he's finally going to go down. But not before. Again, you guys trade for a couple kills still. So pretty good. You're back up here. I didn't even pay attention to that. And it looks like, yeah, you guys are... Oh, shit. Looks like you guys do get some good kills there. This guy's still got ulti, so he's like fine with, I guess, fighting right now. Has a stun in about 3 seconds. Really needs it. If you're nearby, a fissure would be super helpful, but you can't really do it, so I just back. Oh, that is so sketchy. Whew. Alright. That was actually good, though. That was actually pretty legit. Now Zeus ults, which should be off cooldown soon, right? Oh, no. Did he use it recently? Oh, yeah, to kill you. Forgot. Alright, so you're good. You've got your Blink Dagger. Now you want to be fighting probably as 5 once your ult comes off cooldown, and just looking to smoke up here and stuff like that. But it looks like you guys are doing alright. Your cores could be farming a little bit better. That's not something you could work on specifically, though. At this point, I think itemization wise, what are we going to look for? Probably, I want to say a 4 staff, but I don't think you have to be that defensive. I think you could move into, actually maybe a 4 staff and then after that a follow-up Shiva's, but I think you might be able to just go like straight Shiva's in all honesty. So I think Shiva's is pretty good at wrecking this team. Klink's outside, oh my god, this guy's like just positioning himself so poorly right now. If Klink's doesn't have, you know, his Q, can't remember what it's called right now, but if he doesn't have it, then it's so difficult for him to get any attack speed, really. Does he have a minus? He's got Shred, so we'll get a little bit from that. But Shiva's pretty good against him, pretty good against Slark. Has AoE damage that you don't need to target. So if he ults, you can hit him with that. It'll slow him down as well. So, you know, pretty good in this game. We'll see what you go for. I think maybe the 4 staff just to get away from like a Slark or Klinks if they're in the background and they are targeting you, something like that. Could be fairly helpful. As you do have your ult up, so you guys should be looking for a fight here. You guys have a lot more team fight potential. You probably should have a smoke, and you should be smoking up because they do have you warded, I'm pretty sure there, it looks like. So you're just going up behind them, and that was not worth. You probably could have died there, and it looks like there it is. You do get the Echo off on 2, so that's kind of nice. You trade 1 for 2, and there's 2 for 2, but 2 cores for Corn and off lane. Not that bad. Clinks is in a dual lane, I'm pretty sure, so I still count him as like a 1 or 2 position. Yeah, it looks like we're 4 stuff. Alright. Not really doing all that much. I think you could be like talking to your team a little bit more about how you guys should be taking these fights. Like, you should just be walking down a lane as 4. You should be a little bit further behind, probably smoked up. If the smoke breaks, you just instantly dust, because dust has a wider range than a smoke will break, I believe. Or it's about the same, actually. It's about the same, I'm pretty sure. So, either way, you can usually catch them with the dust, and then maybe pick somebody off in the background. But if your smoke doesn't break, you just wait for your team to start the fight with Rupture or something, and then you follow up Echo, or you wait for the counter initiation with the Echo, something like that. You have to be very careful, though, because of the Zeus ulti and the blinking. You know, if he does it like right before you blink, and then you hit your ulti, and then you just do nothing, and then you're sad. It happens to the best of us. And we'll keep an eye on this. It looks like you're just going, like, your whole team's just kind of running around the map, not doing too much. Like, you're pressuring them, you're fighting on their terms, not really so much on yours. This guy has a BKB now, and that guy's just gonna die. I would probably just back, and this is probably gonna hurt a little bit. You've got Blink Epi in a little bit, or not Blink Epi, Blink Echo. There it is. So you do get the clinks with it at the very least. It looks like you guys should be able to follow up, get a few kills here. He goes on you, you die, but it looks like he might die here. He should. Oh, the Zeus, what? Now this guy's just going ham. There's your Leshrac, though, and that guy dies. Alright, so a pretty favorable trade for you guys. But you guys are having a lot of trouble getting anything off of these. Like, you've taken a few fights. If you look at the graph, yeah, you're 7,500 ahead, but it doesn't really feel like it, right? Like, they're still able to fight you fairly well. EXP, dear lord, you're about 11k ahead. But it feels like, you know, you guys haven't managed to turn it into, you know, towers or Roshan or extended map vision or anything like that. So, it does feel pretty underwhelming right now. It doesn't really feel like you have a lead. We'll just keep an eye on this. Maybe instead of Shiva's, a Ghost Scepter would be alright as well. But they do have like a Zeus and a lot of magic damage. That was not worth it. Probably just could have worked on your general map awareness there. So speed this up a little bit. Alright, so you see this haste rune, you're like, sweet, a haste rune disappears. Okay. So you dust, but even with a dust, like, there's no way you kill this guy, right? Like, absolutely no way you kill this guy whatsoever. And even with like your permastuns, like, you'd have to spend your ult, and even then it's not a guaranteed. He's just gonna run away. And look at the map right now, right? Like, if you look at the map when he takes that haste rune, you recognize that there's nobody showing. I think there might have been one showing top lane, but the chances that there's another 1 or 2 heroes in the jungle are pretty huge, right? So that was, you know, a little bit map awareness that you could have worked on. After you got that haste, you should have just recognized in general you couldn't kill him. Even if you wall off, like right here, he can still just turn around and run up here. Like, it's so hard to kill a hasted Clinks, that hasted anybody really, but a hasted Clinks, if he's got more death pact HP, he's got 2,000 HP just about, so definitely weren't going to be able to get that kill, and that was just a little bit of a greedy chase. We'll keep an eye on this. Grabbing TPs. Okay. Probably not worth. Yeah, I think you're gonna die here for just the bounty hunter. Not that worth. Your team wasn't nearby. Nobody was showing on the map really. So again, that was pretty greedy play. You didn't really have any general map awareness. Looks like this guy's just gonna take Roche without anybody noticing. You won't have Echo Slam for about 30 seconds. You dust just to make sure nobody's in there. And the Lesh gets it. So now you have Echo in 4 seconds. If you guys don't win a fight like 3,000%, I will be so confused. That was a sick Blink Echo time right there, because there was 4 of them around each other. And you guys farm. Like, this is huge. This is actually pretty game losing right now. Like, you guys are not pressuring as 5 with this Aegis. You just need to call. If you're not going to pressure as 5, usually 4 of your teammates will listen. And this is really weird. You don't have a lot of mana, so you should be really aware of your mana conservation right now. You should not be up here fighting with your team because you're so reliant on your ultimate and blinking in and catching them by surprise. That being up here is just not worth it whatsoever. You've got no mana anymore because you're spending fissures, so now you're pretty much a non-factor in these fights. And you just kind of have to watch as everything happens because you weren't really careful with your mana. You used a fissure, which I'm not sure if it's secure to kill. Are going to be able to secure a kill with that fissure, so that was actually pretty funny. And that was just a TP out. Alright. Shiva's next. So your itemization is actually pretty good at the very least. You're recognizing what you need. You're looking to go for a kill with a DD, and you can certainly get one if you find absolutely anybody here. And it looks like there is pink down there. No. Alright. Good game, well played. Lose the DD. That's unfortunate. I think that guy... Alright. Alright, I'm pretty sure that was a kill if you spend Echo Slam. So you stun him once, stun him again. You force out, but he's... Oh, okay, he's ruptured, so I guess you don't... Is he ruptured? I can't tell, honestly. No, I don't think he is, right? Okay, now he's ruptured. Alright, alright. Keep an eye on you. You get a double hero echo, maybe a single. I think that was just a single. Maybe that was a double, actually. I think that was a double. So that was nice. Get a double hero echo there. And this game's pretty much over at this point. Looks like you guys are just wanting to end it. Okay. No, I honestly do not see this all that often. I'm perfectly fine with that, though. Alright, nice. So not bad. Okay, so a couple things early on. Spend some fissure mana when you didn't have to. Could have used fissure to block creeps in order to get a more favorable equilibrium. Maybe get some more last hits, a little bit more EXP. You did get a couple kills top, which was fantastic. You could have roamed around a little bit earlier. Earthshaker is so strong at roaming with a smoke that it's actually like ridiculous because smoke fissure is like the hardest thing to deal with, especially when a Leshrac is slowing you by 75%. If you're in the river, like that's it. You're pretty much dead. That's pretty much it. You can slow down the Zeus, and he'll probably be tilted because the Zeus without items is like pretty much a range creep. So if you can slow down that Zeus, it's huge. Used Echo a couple times. You didn't need to. Missed a couple Echo opportunities. That last fight, you end up getting a kill on that Clinks, but like imagine if you had Echo Slam and you were sitting in the back waiting for a fight to break out or something like that, instead of blinking and using your mana for random fissures and stuff like that. You probably secure maybe a kill or two, and you don't actually lose a couple of your heroes there. So something to keep in mind. Staying in the back, I know like you're Earthshaker and you're like, I just want to hit shit and like stun shit, but just slow down, take it easy, sit in the back, wait for your team to start it off a little bit, look for the proper Echo Slam, and that's really how you turn a team fight, and people like say, holy crap, this Earthshaker's so legit. 7k MMR Echo Slam there, but just something to keep in mind. Again, roaming around a little bit earlier, using smokes as well. I think offlaners don't use smokes enough, despite the fact that they end up ganking a heck of a lot. So just something to keep in mind there. Other than that, it felt like an alright game. There wasn't much else I could say. When you traded that first kill, that was super worth it. And if he wouldn't have died, that would have sucked. But he did die, and it was definitely worth it. So, good trades, good trades. Other than that, it looked alright. You died probably a little bit more than you needed to. On second thought, a Ghost Scepter might have been a little bit better than a Force Staff. But I honestly, in the heat of the moment, I might have gone for a Force Staff as well and not really thought about it. But I think a Ghost Scepter against like Bounty, Clinks, Slark, Witch Doctor is pretty legit. You might have to worry about getting eaten alive by the Zeus, I guess, which is kind of hard. So maybe Force Staff was the better choice. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's actually kind of a tough one to think about. But game went alright. You died a couple times, but then your team got a couple trades, which, I mean, like, that time mid when you died wasn't really your fault. They just went ham on you and then traded for it, so that was great. Other than that, I don't think it was all that bad. There's definitely some improvements that could be made, but hopefully I did point out some things that you'll work on for next time. And good game, man. Thanks for the replay. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.